You know, at this point of My Hero Academia, the resolve of Deku is just, it has no bounds. This man, I was like, you have to go 100% Deku. You can't go that 5-10%. You're gonna have to go 100 with your quirk in order to beat this man. He's just too strong. And I was like, you better at least be putting 25 out. And this man goes 100%, or excuse me, 1,000,000%. Delaware Smash. Stop it. Now that scene right there is gonna echo in my head for a long time. He's down and out. He hears Koda's voice. You see the eyes light up like All Might did when he was fighting Nomu. And then next thing you know, my boy using Delaware Smash 1,000,000% with a broken arm. With a broken arm. Put that in perspective. This man had 2 broken arms and he's still throwing punches. He used 1,000,000% with the arm that was already broken. This man's resolve knows no bounds. And to add a little bit onto that, to find out, you know, I love the atmosphere, first off. Voice actors, music, everything. You know, from just, you know, basically Deku saying goodbye to his mom inside his head, like monologuing, basically telling All Might, you know, goodbye, he's sorry. And then next thing you know, like before that though, we found out that the Muscular, I believe is his name, correct? He's the one that killed Koda's parents. So that's something that's really freaking, you know, really good writing wise, because it adds that atmosphere, it adds that value to everything that's going on. It adds that tension, right? And especially whenever Deku finds out about that, and whenever he talks about killing Koda too, and Deku snapped. You know, the same thing happened, you know, that adrenaline. That, hey, I'm just going to act. My body's going to move on its own kind of thing just happened, just like whenever Bakugo was getting captured by the slime monster. So that's something that, you know, you got to think about. And remember, this is something Deku has, you know, was chosen for. He was chosen to be here because of that distinguishing factor that All Might pointed out. And it's damn well showing right now. And then, of course, at the end of the fight, we do actually get the, My Hero. We see where the My Hero comes from in My Hero Academia now, you know, because Koda's, it's not cousin, but his, is it his aunt? I believe that's his aunt. I'm not really sure. So, she mentioned, you know, someone's going to stand up for you one day. You're going to need a scenario. Not sure how dangerous or serious it's going to be, but they're going to be your hero. And that's going to show you heroes are true to nature. Maybe not all of them, but there are good people out there, and there's no problem with wanting to be a true hero. And Deku embodies that. That's why he's the next symbol of peace, and that's something that I just love seeing that. I love seeing that. I love seeing the end card where Deku's like just screaming. I love it. I freaking love it, man. How much more can this guy do, though? I mean, he's exhausted from camp. He's used 1,000,000% Delaware Smash. That arm, it's gone. I mean, will his arm be the same? I mean, let's just think whenever he uses his fingers and stuff like that during the Todoroki fight, you know, his hand has scars on it. This time he broke his arm, then re-broke his arm. We're not just talking about a hand, we're talking about a whole entire arm. So that's something you got to put in perspective also. I mean, the arm was already broken, he continued to fight with it, and then he used 1,000,000%. I mean, think about that. I mean, if Deku would use 1,000,000% against Todoroki and just broke his arm, given who knows what would have happened there, because he had no control over his quirk at all, so the damage you would say would even be more severe. But would it be more severe than having your arm broken already than re-breaking it with a 1,000,000%, you know, Delaware Smash? That's a question you got to ask yourself. But just think if he would have used that during, or half of that during the Todoroki fight, Todoroki would have been blown away. No one would have won. He could, I mean, Bakugo, I'm like, all right, 1,000,000%, 500,000%. Bakugo would have been blown out of the ring. No way he would have been able to stop that. Todoroki would have been blown out of the ring. No way he would have been able to stop that. You know, given we did not get any clarification on how strong, you know, the attack was that Deku used against Todoroki, but I promise you it wasn't 1,000,000%. Let's just be honest. I don't think that was no 1,000,000% now. So that's something we do got to put in perspective. That's just insane to think about, though. But we also, you know, do got to ask the question, is My Hero Academia getting really dark now? Look at Ragdoll. Is Ragdoll alive? Has she met her demise? I mean, there's this, they're like, I can't get a hold of Ragdoll. She's like supposed to be the middleman per se in all of this. And they're like, I wonder why. And all of a sudden you see blood everywhere. I mean, is she even alive? I don't know. Is it turning dark? I mean, we see the dude, there's a hand on the ground. It's not Tokiyami. I think it's the other guy that's with him. Clearly, it's someone's hand. It's one of the students' hands, probably. And it's on the ground, and this man's like, I don't know if he's eating there or what. He's crazy. I don't know, man. Hell, he got his eyes covered up. All he has is his teeth. He has things in his mouth to keep his mouth open, for God's sake. So I mean, you gotta put that in perspective. He's a nut job. But we look at that, and it's just like, is this truly going dark? I mean, of course, it went a little dark with Stain, but I mean, now if we have characters dying in our face, that's a whole nother, side to the equation. But to tie this up, how did they find out where they were? That's a big question. I don't know if I really kind of put an emphasis on it, but who's a traitor within UA? I would imagine someone is a traitor. Someone is actually a villain, low-key, right? Obviously. And unless there's some other way they found this out, which I have no idea how they would have. So, I mean, could it have been Ragdoll? I mean, we saw blood, but we didn't get to see her character. Could it have been Ragdoll? I don't know. I don't know. That's a question we got to ask ourselves. But I doubt it. But could it? I mean, they showed all the blood after they mentioned her, but they never truly showed her. Why not show her unless she's supposed to be in that container? But why would the blood be on the outside? So I don't know. That's something that we gotta ask ourselves and each other. And of course, the kind of like, I guess, the reference to our Deku, basically whenever he's standing up and Kota said "my hero," that was basically referencing to what one of the Class B students said, the guy that can go steal. He was saying, the Class A, we took the same exams, we did the same damn curriculum, but what's the difference between us? It's the fact they take a stand. They don't run. There's times where you need to run, but they know when and when not to, per se. And every time they take a stand, it's because they have to. Like Deku took that stand for Kota. He had to. He had to do it. He had to make a stand right there. Could he have ran? Yes. Could he have died? He damn well just about did. And if it wasn't for Kota, he would have. That adrenaline rush came in whenever Kota said something, which is something that does happen, by the way. You could hear one thing and then you snap. I've done there. I've been that in sports, whatever it may be. So that's something we do got to put in perspective. And I mean, damn, man, what an episode! What an episode! But as always, guys, you guys have been Hexed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hex25. I said Twitch. We'll get there eventually. Twitter at Hex25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.